Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python programming course. In the previous lecture, we learned what a list is, its characteristics and syntax, and how to create lists. But a question arises here: if a list contains many elements, how do we access a specific element? So the answer is list indexing today. Answer is list indexing. So today we will learn how to access list elements and using positive indexing and negative indexing. So let's start with what is list indexing. So list indexing is the process of accessing individual elements of a list using their position. Every element in a list has its own index number. So Python starts from indexing 0, as we know. We have discussed in the previous lectures. So let's start with a simple example. So let's take this example. So if I want to print the first element of list of a fruits, yes, it prints the first elements. So here Python starts from counting zero, counting from zero, not once. So Python goes to index zero and retries the first element. So the element is going to be apple. Like this is going to be print. I want to print here around second index. Let's print all indexes. So index at zero is apple and index at one is banana and index at two is cherry. Like that is it's going to be print. Now we can actually this is a positive indexing. Let's start with a negative indexing also so that you can understand. I will explain. Access elements using negative indexing. Suppose if I want to print roots of minus one. So let's run this. Yes, minus one means index at the last element in a list. So minus one refers to the last element and minus two refers to second last and minus three is going to be third last. Therefore, it prints from the backside onwards. Suppose let's modify an element using index. Let's modify an element. So previous my list is this. Let's change. So let's print this. Yes, it's modified. We have modified this second element at the index one. So Python replaces here banana with pineapple. So updated list becomes like this. So in real life example, imagine a classroom with students sitting in a row. If the teacher says student at position zero is to stand up and student at position two answer the question and last student come forward. This is exactly how indexing works. Positive indexing counts from the beginning and while negative indexing counts from the end. So we discussed some of the important questions in your Viva examinations like from which number does list indexing start in Python? So answer is zero. And what does the list of minus one return? Return the last element of the list. And what happens if you access an index that doesn't exist? So Python raises an index error, means list index out of range. So this is the error it can be raised. And if and the question is to be can we modify a list using its index? Yes, Lists are mutable, so elements can be modified using their index. And some of the important points of this topic are Python uses zero-based indexing, and positive indexing starts from the beginning and negative indexing starts from the end. Invalid indexes are rise and index error. List elements can be modified using their index because lists are mutable. So this is about list indexing. In the next topic, we are going to discuss with list slicing. What is going to be list slicing? So in previous lecture, we have discussed about string slicing. Like that, we are going to discuss now what is list slicing. So here, whether we access one element at a time using its index, but if we want to access multiple elements at once, so for example, first three elements or last four elements or every alternate element. So let's discuss here separate Python provides list indexing. So actually list slicing is the process of extracting one or more elements from a list by specifying a range of indexes. So instead of returning a single element, slicing returns a new list. So let me give a simple syntax for this. So list of actually start and stop. It's going to be syntax for we are going to be used for list slicing. So we have created here. Let me uncomment this and let's add another. Let's let's start with let's print root. Suppose if I want to print 1:3. 1:3 means here indexes starts from one is going to be banana and last index three means I have told you before is excluded, which means it is not included. So index at three before one is going to be cherry. So banana and cherry are going to be printed. Let's print and if I want to print from apple to cherry, then we are going to be print. So let's run this. So I have told you in previous lectures, if we not add any index here means it is going to be take as zero. Zero means it's going to be apple. So index it takes automatically as zero. And my last index is 3. So we have right here 4 means which is n minus 1. N minus 1 it is last index is n minus 1. So pineapple it prints the complete elements here. So let's see another example. If we start with a so this is about default start and let's see with the default example also default stop. So if I print here going to be print from second index to so I have not given here the last index. So Python continues until the last element. So when the stop index is omitted, Python continues until the last element here. So copy of the entire list is easy. So we can use in another example. Let's start, stop, and step. We have used it for string slicing. So let's use for list also. So suppose numbers equal to 30, 40, and 50. Let's take 60 also. So let's print numbers of, yes, here actually the start is going to be 0 and stop is 6 and step is going to be 2. So I have given here in previous lecture we learned about this syntax also. So at 0 index is going to be 10 and s- second step is going to be 30. So Python moves two positions every time. So the output is 10, 30, and 50. Step means it moves two positions away. And 6 is going to be the index, means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 means we have given here as n minus 1. Stop it means last index. So this is how it's going to be print and we have used here. Let's reverse a list. Suppose if I want to reverse a list means, so let's print. Yes, we have reversed the list. This is commonly asked in an interview, maybe. And the step is minus one, Python moves backwards. Instead of starting from the beginning, it starts from the end. So original list we have seen before. So the reverse list is going to be like this. So is actually my question is the stop index included in slicing? So answer is no. Stop index is always excluded. And this is the most important point to remember. And actually, I want to repeat it again. The definition. Actually, what is string slicing is? Slicing is to extract multiple elements from a list by specifying a range of indexes. So this is about string slicing. And next, we are going to discuss with list methods in the. Let's start next topic. Now we are going to discuss with list methods. So we learned about list slicing before. Now we are starting with the most important sections of lists called list methods. List methods allow us to perform different operations on a list, such as adding elements, removing elements, or sorting and reversing and counting and copying lists. So let's start the first method, append method. The append method is used to add a single element to the end of a list. So let me give a simple examples. So append method, the append method append method is used to add a single element to the list end of a list. So this is a simple definition of the append method. So actually, if I give a simple example, so let's start with the examples. Fruits equal to. So let's append it through orange. So let's print food. So here it is going to be at the end of the list. So append method is going to be work like this. So append method is goes to the end of the list and adds orange. So now list becomes like this compared to previous list. So prints the updated list. So if I want to add a number, suppose let me uncomment this. So let's print. Let's run this. Let's comment this. So actually here, see, we observe that here this method is giving none. If I print here like this in different way, suppose numbers dot append 70. Now it's going to be updated and now it print, let's print numbers. Yes, 70 is added at the last of a list. So this is the updated list. So like this append is going to be work here. So now next method we are going to start with extend method. So let's see what is an extend method. So extend method is used to add all the elements of another iterable, such as the list, tuple, or string to the end of the existing list. So let's start with the examples. So let's let's use here extend list how it's going to be work. So numbers one dot extend numbers two. Let's print list one. Yes, see how it's printed, how it's printed. So list one actually here numbers one contain 10, 20, 30, and numbers two contain 40, 50, 60. So Python executes this after this extend line. Python takes every element from numbers two. First it adds 40, then it adds 50 like that. It adds every element and updated list numbers one will becomes like this. So this is the final updated list. So extend actually extend we can do extend we can extend with k tuples also. So let's convert these as tuples. So let's run this. Yes, it's working with the tuples also. So extend works not only with a list but also with tuples. Also, Python takes each value from the tuple and adds it to the list. So that let's see with extend with a string. Let's see the example with extend with string also. Letters equal to and let print three. So here string is also an iterable. Python reads the string one character at a time. So it separates as a separate elements. So this is how this extend is going to be work. And let's start with a summary. So important points of this concept are extend adds multiple elements to a list. It accepts any iterable like list, tuple, string, etc. It modifies the original list and it returns and also. So append creates a nested list with a given a list while extend adds each element separately. So this is about this extend. Let's start with the next method called insert. So insert method means is it's a very easy like the insert method is used to insert an element at a specific indexation means position in a list. So unlike append, which is always adds at the end, insert allow us to choose the exact position. Suppose if I want to add, suppose I'll give a simple example. So let's take an example here. So these are my let's insert foods dot insert. So let's add an orange. So let's print fruits. Yes, it added orange because here insert means this function works like I want to add that particular element in a specified position. It means which in which position I want to add that element, we can add it. So this insert is going to be work like this. So these are the topics we have learned in list methods. Okay, let's see the next another method also. So let's see the next method like remove method. So this remove method is nothing but like the remove method removes the first occurrence of the specified value from the list. Means it removes an element by its value, not by its index. So if I want to remove banana in this index, let's remove it. Roots dot remove banana and Let's print fruits. Yes, it prints banana. So then searches the value for the banana, and once one it finds, the Python removes from the list. So this is the updated list. We have printed it. So like this remove method is going to be work. And let's see the next method like pop method. So pop method, actually the difference between remove and pop is going to be remove method means remove by value and pop means remove by index. So let's understand pop in details. And the pop method removes an element from the specified index and returns the removed element. So if no index is provided, it removes the last element of the list. So let's pop an element like fruits dot pop. So let's print fruits. So it removes the last element. So I have not given any index to remove that. So Python automatically removes the last element, which is pineapple here. It's removed the pineapple. So the updated list becomes like this, and this is how it's going to be work. Pop method is will remove the last element in a list. Python automatically it's removed. So this is some of the methods we are going to be used in this. Then these are the most important methods. In next topic, we are going to be start with tuples. Thank you for watching this video. Let's move on tuples in next lecture.